we make the show 100% about our listener. So we focus on the timeline, the person that we're speaking to, just under the 6 million, what are they doing? And we understand the challenge we have at Metro is we're speaking to someone from LSM 1, and we just got the great news yesterday that we now own LSM 8 to 10 bracket as well in radio. So, thank you. So we literally understand that we have to be people's soundtrack. So is she getting into a taxi? Is she getting into her Lambo? Is she getting to work? Is she dropping the kids off? Is she going to varsity? So that is the first thing that informs us as a radio show. Then what we do is we look currently, in terms of current affairs, what's happening and what's topical, politically, socially, entertainment-wise, and that's how we formulate the show. We're fortunate in that because we have conversations with our listeners constantly throughout the show on Twitter. There was a point where our station wanted to ban cell phones from the studio, and we had to explain and say, we're not on our phones. When you walk past the SABC and you see us all doing this, it's not because we're having private conversations with our friends. We're literally asking the listeners, does the story interest you? Would you like us to carry on with it, or would you like us to move on? So we've allowed ourselves fluidity, and we have freedom of movement to go with what people want to talk about. An example, last week we had a conversation, and we thought we want to speak about one of those big elephants in the room because it's Women's Month, but we don't think that women are going to call because it's such a brazen question. And the question we asked our ladies was, and we had a full show planned, guests and all of that, why did you not report your rape? We thought 2 people were going to call in and then we'll change the subject. Eventually our listeners said, please can you drop all the other stories and can we just allow these women to speak about why they didn't report their rape? And that eventually ended up being a 3-hour conversation, which we didn't know our listeners needed, but clearly that they did. So we've promised ourselves that we will be adaptable, we'll have the prep, and we'll try and break boundaries, and we'll be creative, and we'll have our skits, and we'll make you laugh. But if you're not feeling that today as a nation, we've got to succumb to that and understand that through Facebook, Twitter, email, and that's what we do. So we've gotten to a place where we're trusted enough to have the show mapped out. But if you don't want to talk about that today and you want to talk about Mr. Vavi and his SAA woman, we'll go there, because we're not here for us. We're here to cater to you and your needs. And the longer we keep you listening, the longer time spent on the station, the more time the advertisers have. And we have something that we call teasing in radio as well, to keep you longer. So we'll say, we're speaking to Unathi, who did not report a rape because she was raped by her father. In 10 minutes, her father will be speaking to us, wanting to apologize to me. So we tease, so we keep you tuned in for 15 minutes longer. But I think it's important to be flexible and to listen and cater to listeners' needs. I think the one thing we realize as radio hosts, one thing I think you need to know about us is we're very manic about radio. It's a very small fraternity, but we literally live, breathe, eat radio. You'll find us SMSing each other at 3 o'clock in the morning, oh my gosh, did you see this and did you see that? So I think it's something that you can tap into. We understand that radio is theatre of the mind, and there was a lady who asked in the beginning, how do you convince TV people to invest in radio? Radio is the most intimate form of broadcasting, of communication, because your audience doesn't see you. So a lot of it is dependent on people's imagination. So they're driving, they hear you, they're sitting at home, they hear you, and they put together that visual thing, and it's their thing. And that's what you need to tell your advertisers. You can't create that on TV, because on TV, I'm seeing your interpretation, but on radio, you are guiding me to create my own interpretation. And I think that's something that we play on, because we know how personal it is, and we know how intimate it is. We always say, things on radio have always been done. Your idea is not original, it's always been done. It's how we interpret it into a new campaign to make it relevant for you, the client, and also for our listener. So we do play on that. We play on being ourselves, being as true to ourselves as we can be. You'll often find the most successful radio personalities, such as Darren, Joe, Azza, in great company. Thank you. It's because those people are true. They are true to who they are. Listeners are not stupid. Listeners can hear when we are scripted, and listeners can hear when we fully endorsed a promotion. Never, ever take that lightly.